Tom Brady done? Is he finished?
And Green Bay is not Green Bay right now.
You always wrong. Ooh.
Let's go back to Philly. A big trade just happened. Jimmy Butler.
And he's facing his former team, so you know it's gonna be some animosity.
And in the number one spot
For now.
Oh.
Seeing that field in Mexico City, it shows how stupid the NFL is. Now the East. How we looking? Favorite team.
Favorite team.
With this trade happening, does this mean the Sixers are the front runner, are the favorite?
So you can stand up here and defend the player that just went 1 for 11, and then all of a sudden got sick.
Our day is getting on my nerves, but you know I'm here. We talking about sports, man. So I ain't even thinking about work right now. I'm thinking about sports.
That's why your laptop dead.
That's why your laptop is dead, boy. It's the Platform Sports Talk Show, your Wednesday night sports delight. I am your boy, Smooth.
And I'm Stan, baby.
Because when it's about sports,
It becomes our business, and business just picked up. They actually had a World Series game live on Twitter, too.
oh, snap. What's going on with you?
Knuckle punch.
Bam. We in this thing. Happy Wednesday to all over here in the Midwest. In the Lou, it's
Chilling in the mud outside.
and then you talking about possible snow tomorrow?
Man, that's why I'm in here looking like I'm straight out the 90s. looking like Case.
Faded pictures.
Man.
Man, shoot, that was an awesome song.
Man.
You talking about some music back then?
That man had the hits.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Couldn't do no wrong until he got old. But anyway.
So he did wrong.
Yes, once again, we here. Another week. Stan is back. Last week he had an event at Harris Stowe, and he told everyone else on the pre-show that it was successful, correct?
Yeah, it was definitely a great time. Shout out to Harris Stowe State University for having a young kid out. Just to embark some poetry upon these young ears. Shout out to the talent of Harris Stowe as well. They are super talented. They got up there and did their own poems, songs. One girl, oh Lord, I forgot her name. She got up there and sang "The Way" by Jill Scott and sang it like a grown woman. And I was just like, whoa.
Just taken aback, like, okay,
it was crazy, man. Like a grown woman.
That's what's up, man.
Grown. Like, all right, she got it.
Hold that down. But yeah, so shouts out to all those who performed, to all those who show support. You know, Stan continues to expand that brand, just like in regards to Sadal, he's doing the same thing as well with his investor business. So I hope everything is well with him. We are your Wednesday night sports delight.
Yeah.
For a reason, it's about sports. Let's go ahead and get right into it, man. The round table begins right now.
Amen. So, Bleacher Report's been on fire a lot today.
Yes, they have.
Oh, man. Somebody just went in and talked about the truth today. Did you watch the video?
Which, what are you talking about?
What do you got?
Who you
With
referring to?
Antonio Cromartie?
Yes. He had a couple of things that he brought out.
Did you see the whole video?
No.
Okay. So he basically broke down how his career ended.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
All because he did
All
one thing.
because he took a knee after... Well, it was a lot that led up to taking the knee.
Right.
So it was a lot going on. between the verbal exchange between him and then head coach Chuck Pagano,
Right.
To the eventual releasing of him from the Colts after a London game, which is crazy.
Right.
All because he took a knee. But his point was very interesting, and it was valid. He said, "Oh, so it's acceptable when it comes to your cancer, but it's not acceptable when it comes to social injustice and police brutality."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it makes sense. We pick and choose what we want to acknowledge, but this ain't that show. This is sports. Boy, I felt myself slip. I felt it in my tongue. This ain't that show. We talking about sports, but yeah, he just did an interview with Bleacher Report Gridiron discussing the end of his career, which is crazy. Which I still think he's got some time left on him.
Mm. Did you see that he also pretty much told the coach that
he was like, "That's why you about to get fired."
Right, and then he got fired.
And then he got fired. It was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, so it's like, joke's on y'all.
I know something you don't know, and I got something to tell you.
Right. So the NFL, word is that they have agreed in regards to having a season begin pretty soon with a 17-game season and 3 preseason games. Thoughts on that?
We already have a week 17, so wouldn't that mean that they be 17 games? So they just getting rid of the bye week for every team. So they just going to play straight through for 19 weeks. For 20 weeks, granted you don't make it to the playoffs.
Mm.
All right. Okay.
And then I know that a lot of people were complaining about, having 4 preseason games. So, eliminating one, that's a help. I think they probably good with just maybe 2 preseason games, or they can do what they do in college. They don't even have any preseason games. They just go right into it.
No, they kind of do. Those little tourneys and them little things that they be doing.
Mm.
Nah, those little games against some little lovely schools, that's basically preseason.
Got you. All right, so
the schools that don't nobody know how to pronounce.
Right.
Like Bethesda, Loyola, Baptist University.
I'm gonna bring something up in regards to that later on when we get to the college football portion. But real quick, shouts out to the St. Louis Cardinals. They have a major league record in regards to this season. 6 Gold Glove finalists. And they are Jack Flaherty.
Won 6 games.
Right.
And been up 2-0.
Or at least had 6 base hits or something. But this shouts out to Jack Flaherty, Yadier Molina, Paul DeYoung, Colton Wong, and Harrison Bader, and last but not least, Paul Goldschmidt. 6 Gold Glove finalists. Have a good chance to maybe nabbing at least 2, maybe 3. I didn't see Jack Flaherty, not saying he wasn't doing anything on defense, but it surprised me when he said his name. It wasn't like he was highlighted like Adam Wainwright, used to be in his heyday. But of course, Yachty's always been a staple. I was kind of surprised on Bader because I know he's an elite defender, but I don't know. I know he was out for a period of time, so I wasn't sure if they're gonna still do that. But obviously, they are rewarding him because he is an outstanding center fielder. So hopefully, he wins. Goldschmidt has always been a steady first baseman, and Colton Wong should definitely.
If he doesn't, I'm gonna have some issues.
Hey, we can definitely. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure when the announcements will be sent out, but it should be very soon. So once they do, if for some reason they decide not to have Colton Wong win the Gold Glove, when we have that episode following with Uncensored and Unfiltered, man. It's gonna be crazy. I'm just saying, cause you should have won last year.
Choice words.
Man, but yeah. So shouts out to the Cardinals for having some Gold Glove finalists. In the WWE, Xavier Woods is out for a year, so that sucks. Just off the what happened with Kofi Kingston, losing the belt. And ever since he lost the belt, he hasn't even mentioned on shows that he's, heard about it or he's tripping over it. It's kind of like they just made it seem like he wasn't even there. In regards to a champion, how they moved on to the Brock and Kane Velasquez.
Oh no, they had a little segment.
They did.
It was like a portion in the segment.
Okay.
Like a while back.
Okay, but yeah, so he's Xavier Woods. He's gone for I thought I had this picture, but I don't. But Xavier Woods, he's gone for possibly a year, so hopefully he gets well. Shouts out to Tiger Woods. He made more history. He won a PGA Tour event this past weekend, which now he's tied or has the most PGA Tour victories in history. So he keep on making things happen. So shouts out to him. Got word on Bleacher Report that our favorite St. Louis Rams coach, Jeff Fisher, could be a possible candidate for the Vanderbilt University job.
Yeah, that don't pertain to me. I'm not a Vandy fan. That's their loss.
Yeah, and
or excuse me, their gain.
Their gain. I mean, he's been a coach, as you know, that he went to the Super Bowl with the Tennessee Titans. So being in that Tennessee area, pretty much makes sense. I can definitely see him doing better working with, kids than grown men. So we'll especially
some of them are grown men in college. They're over 21.
Yeah, but they haven't been in the league yet. So that's why I'm still calling them until they get to the league. You're still kids. So we'll see about Jeff Fisher. In other football news, Joe Flacco could be out possibly for the next 5 to 6 weeks.
Career.
Might as well. And unfortunately, Drew Lock, quarterback from Mizzou, was picked in the first round by the Broncos, of course. He's still out with the injury, so they have another backup quarterback who's going to be taking Flacco's spot. Looks like the Broncos season probably pretty much is over with.
When you put in the backup to the backup, the season's about over.
Yeah, it's a wrap right there. Thoughts on I know I sent y'all this message yesterday, you and Sadal. Aqib Talib was traded right before the trade deadline to the Dolphins while he's on injury reserve. Ram said, you know what? Nice knowing you. It was good to have you for a year, but deuces. And I saw that coming. Once
a year and a half.
Once they moved, right. But I mean, I guess technically it was a year and a half, but he only played
a portion of
right, because he was hurt last year for a minute.
Indeed.
But with Marcus Peters being traded to the Ravens 2 weeks ago, he kind of saw it right on the wall that they're trying to get younger. Especially after having that window last year. Not saying that the window was gone for the Rams. They won 2 in a row now since they had lost 3 in a row at that time, during that time span. But it looks like they're trying to get younger, trying to get rid of contracts so they can free up money to maybe sign Ramsey long term.
Yeah, that would be a smart thing to do. There was another player who just became available.
Yes.
Shoot. I can't remember the name.
Watch it. Doing the show, we'll talk about something else, and he'll come up. Oh, that's what it was. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it now. I had to think about it. Josh Norman's available still.
Yes. But he would now have to get released because the trade deadline ended yesterday.
Fully. Definitely did. Cool. So we can't get nobody. That's it. We're done. It's over. Send us home. That's it.
Yep. So
finito.
But we'll see. Like I said, the Rams have won.
Children say.
The Rams have won their last 2 games. They have a bye week. Then they think they face off against the Ravens next. Let me double check on that real quick.
We do have a bye week. I just want to say that when it comes to Baker Mayfield. He is exactly who I said he was.
Yes. Yeah.
Baker been wilding out here.
I announced that on Congrats. Like he's looking more and more like overrated. Now, so do you feel that it's more so? Is it him or is it the coaching?
I want to say it's him, and I wouldn't be saying this if he wasn't running his damn mouth.
And it was something that he's been known to do since day one.
Just be quiet, bro.
Something he's been known to do. But I mean, that's pretty much how he got his fame. You know, when he was doing all that talking and bragging in college, that's what appealed a lot of people. And they felt that his attitude would be, you know, what can maybe propel Cleveland to be over the hump. But his O-line suck. The coach is terrible, Freddie Kitchens. Everyone is saying he doesn't need to be there. A whole lot needs to change, man. You got so much talent.
Y'all said that about the coach last year.
And then they fired him. Golly, I call him Sadal's twin. I forgot his name now.
Yeah.
But
so what they gonna do? They gonna fire this one too?
It's very possible, man. You know, nowadays in this game of sports, and by the way, they play the Pittsburgh Steelers week 10. But this game that game gonna be good though against the Bears. That's the following. But anyway, going back to the Brown situation. Oh God, what is it? Oh, Hugh Jackson.
There it is.
Yeah, you had him, and then you let him go and had Greg Williams, head coach, be an interim.
I just want to say that I just think it's funny how everybody's blaming the coaches, everybody's blaming the players, everybody's blaming it's everybody's fault. The whole organization sucks. They're exactly who we thought they were. Hell, every season, every team has a great, outrageous season. Wichita State, they had that great season in the March Madness. Where'd they go? Ain't nobody heard from them in a minute.
Not to the degree of how they were years back.
Cleveland is exactly who we thought they were. I wouldn't.
So is it getting to
5? But at this point,
right.
Baker is everything I thought he was. Y'all was hype about Baker. I'm more hype about who they've put around Baker.
Right.
And now I'm disappointed that Baker is out here just complaining about any old thing.
And that's what I was going to bring up. It was about the
Utilize
offense.
your weapons,
exactly.
man.
You have some great weapons, but you can't even give them the ball. So it's an organization issue. Do you think that they are at that point where maybe drafting a quarterback isn't a smart idea anymore? They should start maybe trying to acquire someone free agency or trade or something?
I definitely believe that they should go for free agency acquisitions.
Okay.
I wouldn't say trades because a lot of people, when you trade, they go after or they want something of value. The most valuable things on the Cleveland Browns team are their 3, Baker, Juice, and OBJ.
I got that juice.
Can you name another player on that team? Well, besides Myles Garrett,
Jarvis Landry,
Jarvis, I named him.
Nick Chubb. No. Yeah, that's his name, Chubb, right? The running back.
Yeah, that's him.
Then that's pretty much it. Oh, that tight end, he got the African name from like he from Wakanda.
Oh yeah. And Myles Garrett, just
right.
Lord.
Oh, Sheldon Richardson.
Yeah.
So I mean, they actually brought in some pieces.
Dang it! All right.
They brought in some pieces, but you can't. Well, on the offensive end, they're not being utilized all the way.
They're playing like Cleveland,
and they are 2-5,
just like Cleveland, in true Cleveland fashion.
Speaking of Cleveland, well, this guy used to play with Cleveland, and I was the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there are reports in which the Brooklyn Nets are saying it's not true, but sources around the Nets are saying that Kyrie Irving, they are concerned long term about him. They feel like he is one of those kind of players that can turn off and switch off his mood, in which he shuts down and pretty much separates himself from the team. They said they noticed.
No, you don't say.
They say that they said that they noticed when they had a game in China against the Lakers that I guess one thing went wrong, and then he just kind of like separated himself from everybody else. And they're worried about his mood swings. Now, the Nets head coach stated that this is not true at all. Stephen A. Smith, he has some words about it. Stephen A. Smith is, which I can see his point, but his point of view sounds like it could be they're trying to target because he's black and because he act, he doesn't act similar like to maybe how a white person may act. But with that being said, let me go ahead and play this and let me get your views on what Stephen A. Smith says right here.
I have no issues with anything that Jackie McMullen reported because I know what an outstanding reporter she is, and I know that she got it from somewhere. I do have a problem, however, with those who told her what they told her. It offends me. Does he get quiet, a bit introverted? Yes, he does. Does he find himself flummoxed a little bit or taken aback when things happen, like the loss of his grandfather? Of course he does. Opening night when he drops 50 and takes off his jersey and hugs his dad. Obviously, these are things. This guy is not just about basketball. There are other things that are affecting him. That's clear. But to sit up there and to act like that makes him a problem is something that I find utterly ridiculous.
Question.
He hasn't been in Brooklyn for 2 damn weeks in a regular season. 2 damn weeks. And we talking about what kind of a problem. I'm not talking about us, but people are out there leaking stuff about him as if he's a problematic dude. And I'm going to get black with this.
Right.
Just because folks don't act the way you want them to act or doesn't act the way everybody else wants them to act does not make them a bad person or a problem.
So thoughts on Stephen A. and what he said? Is the media making it to be like because he's a brother, he may treat things differently, or do you really see that no, Kyrie does have some issues?
I think Kyrie might have some issues. Let's go back to his days in Cleveland.
Right.
He said he's not going to leave like LeBron left. He left like LeBron left. Let's go to the days in Boston. He signs an extension, and he's super excited to play for the team, right? Mm-hmm. And then that video comes out while they're where? Right. In Brooklyn.
Right.
And what's he say? I don't owe this city
S-H-I-T. Then you had the whole the video with him shooting hoops with his dad, talking about he want to have his number retired in Boston.
Oh, no, that came out before, so something must have happened.
Yeah. But, yeah, so pretty much you're saying that you see truth in those reports.
Yeah, you can see truth, just like you said, based on the advertisement alone. Ads ain't free.
Right.
I know Nike saw that and be like, bruh, you did not just do that. Nah. Now we got to take this video down.
Right. Like, after everything we just did, now you, acting different now. It's crazy. So, yeah, I believe that's pretty much as of right now. Oh, no, never mind. I'll save him for later. That's pretty. Oh, yeah, here we go. So they have recently put out a top 10 in regards to right now who could be the MVP of the NFL. I just got the top 4, make one interesting. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes, but could that possibly slide down further because he's hurt? We'll see. Or if he comes back this Sunday and he just propels the Chiefs to play better, because I think they have been on a little bit of slide. I know they lost this past Sunday night, but they lost the week before. I'm sorry, they won the week before with Matt Moore. So we'll see.
They have those 2 losses back to back earlier this
with
season.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Then third spot they have Christian McCaffrey. He's been playing great all season long. Yeah. Looking like the Incredible Hulk. Russell Wilson, steady Russ. And then number 1, Aaron Rodgers, leading the pack as MVP. I know we had this talk about a couple weeks ago who you felt at the time should be MVP, didn't you?
At this time, I still believe that it should be Christian McCaffrey. At this time, the young man's balling out.
Yeah, he is. I feel it.
Making it look good, too.
Right. And then last...
Doing it like it's nothing.
Right. And then last but not least, big news happened yesterday. The NCAA, they all have came to an agreement that possibly starting in 2020, athletes can now have their images and likeness to be profited by now.
I just want my NCAA football and basketball back on EA Sports.
That's what I was going to lead to next.
Kicking ass.
Yes.
And then they took it away from me.
And it's crazy because I believe like the 2K series, they just started trying to implement, the NBA, the college.
The 2K series has Yeah, the 2K. No.
I want to say they had like one basketball game come out, and then right after that was when they X'd everything. College basketball. College was like, no, I'm done.
The 2K series did have that college basketball game. It was college basketball 2K.
Right.
7 or something like that.
Right.
So they did have that. And then that's where EA thrived on the college aspect because they got all of the, it must have been 2K8.
Here we go, right here.
No, that's EA Sports.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right. We were on Google, guys, trying to figure out 2K8.
Yep. 2K8.
Yeah, I remember that. Miles Turner is not likely to come back versus the Nets after spraining the right ankle. Who else sprained the right ankle? Trey Young.
Yes.
Had that ankle injury bad.
Oh, here we go. Greg Golden was the cover athlete.
Oh, wow. I played that game.
Yep. And yeah, and as you said, Trey Young.
My character was amazing.
Trey Young twisted his ankle last night. They said that it should not be long term at all. No MRI was needed, so it could be just a couple games, and then he'll be back running. But going back to college basketball, it's a big deal. This doesn't mean that the school is going to pay you.
Wait, hold on. I don't think it's just college basketball.
No, I'm sorry. College sports.
Yeah, so because the first thing they put out was a cover of NCAA football.
Right.
And I was like, yeah.
But yeah, so for college.
I think they really are going to drop that because that looked too easy. I feel like NCAA knew. They got Jalen Hurts on the cover. It looked too. It just looked too real. You know?
Yeah.
It looked like y'all ain't just make this out of nowhere. Y'all got this sitting somewhere.
And for all those watching, thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to share this stream.
Thank you, and you.
Right.
You especially.
I said rice. But yeah, right. Please share this stream with all of your peoples right now and comment below on your screen. Let us know what's on your mind in regards to sports. So, once again.
Or what's on your mind according to food, because apparently Smooth's hungry. Thinking about rice and stuff.
I shouldn't be, because I just ate good too. Had some La Fuentes. Woo! Off the chain. Brother fool.
Yeah, we're thinking about cakes and pies.
Cakes and pies. Shouts out to Sadal on that one. He loved that scene.
Shout out to Sadal.
He loved that scene. But yeah, so it doesn't mean that college that you go to is going to, here, we're going to pay you this and that and that and that.
Yeah, no,
it's you profiting off of basically you marketing yourself. So if you have some kind of business who, hey, we want to go ahead and pay you so you can promote us and we promote you, whatever, then that's cool. But it won't be that actual school. So, but it's good for the game because you had to go ahead and do it. Let these kids profit off of what they're good for. These schools go out to your high schools, your homes, because they know that you are one of the best of the best. Just say for instance, like you Zion or LeBron at the time. He didn't go to college, but if he would have back then, he wouldn't get anything for being at a game and signatures or taking photos or whatever. He just would be like everybody else and not getting paid for nothing. But now you get the opportunity, which also leads to something else. If this goes into effect next season, then they need to go ahead and change the draft rule as well. Players should be able to go ahead and decide from high school, I want to go to the draft or go to college. It shouldn't be you got to wait 2 or 3 years. You might well go ahead and just change the rule next year. Now, I know they had talks about it last season saying maybe around a certain time, but if this thing goes into effect for next year in 2020, they should go ahead and change the draft process as well. You don't agree?
That's where it gets interesting. Because when you look at it, now you've got an opportunity where normally a lot of people are just like, if they have the natural given ability to just dominate like a Zion or something, and the college path isn't necessary, then yeah, by all means do that. But if you've got a developing game, and by do that, I mean just go straight from high school to the league. But if you've got a developing game and you can get there, but you just need not a lot more time. You just need a little bit more time, and you know that you're not NBA level, but you can go to this college and, hey, while I'm doing this, I can get money for this too. I say don't change the rule.
Yeah, see, that I would have to disagree because, I mean, life is about choices. You know, like, even when you're a sophomore, you can have that same mindset. Do I want to still get developed
I'm gonna go to
and
college.
get paid? Or, do I want to go ahead and go to the league now, you know, after my freshman year?
I'm going to go to college because, I might be the hottest thing smoking out of high school right now, but you got to understand that there's somebody up there in college that's smoking too, and we probably going to be the top 2 draft picks, and then when this man sees me in the league, he probably going to cross me out.
But what if you're already projected to be a top 3 pick in the NBA
No,
draft?
that's why I said that between the two, they would be the top 2 picks. I just said that.
No, I'm just saying overall, going back to your argument about you feel like they should not change the draft order. But what I'm saying is, if you are a number 1 draft pick, projected to be number 1 draft pick, like Zion was last year, if he would have skipped college and went right to the league, he would have been number 1 pick last year. You saying that you wouldn't want to make that decision? You want to have the league or the NCAA decide your fate?
I mean, if he would have been the number 1 pick last year, then can we look at how bad that would have been?
Huh?
Because you know what happened last year. That boy blew out a pair of shoes.
But he still would have been getting paid $20 million already because he's the number 1 pick. And he would have had a shoe deal probably already as well. So that may not even have happened. He would have had his own shoe.
No.
He wouldn't have had the PGs on.
Can I? All right, here we go.
Break it down. Excuse him, everyone.
With you asking this question right now, I can definitely debate that would not be a smart idea. What's Zion doing right now? He's out because what?
But he's getting paid, and he has deals already.
Yeah, he's getting paid now, but if this would have happened last year, you know what would happen? Teams would have got scared, or the team that drafted him, I guess the Pelicans, or whoever had the number 1 pick last year.
It did happen. What you mean? It did happen last year. He still got number 1 pick.
No, I'm talking about instead of him going to college.
Mm-hmm.
If everything that would have happened now would have happened like last year with the injuries and all that, and you're on the team. Yeah, you're on the team. Yeah, you're getting paid. But you had 1 injury already, and you were gone for probably a few games.
That's it.
And then you were sat down because, it wasn't worth playing. Right now in load management, they do that. And then the team will probably get furious. And then when he comes back, what happens? He's injured, and he has to have surgery, and he's missing another chunk of time.
But
how many months is he missing? 6 to 8 weeks? That's 2 months?
Yeah.
So what is this right now?
But how is that still hurting him?
Because after that, when you notice all the injuries, a team is going to be like, okay, so clearly he's injury prone. Do we really want to try to keep him?
He on a contract. You're going to trade him? You're going to trade our number 1 pick, Zion Williams? Now, I would say if it was Anthony Bennett. But you talking about a Zion? So you may tell me if LeBron would have got hurt, his rookie year with the Cavaliers, if he would have got hurt the same way Zion would have, the Cavaliers would have thought about, long term, is he really worth the risk? You really think they would have did that?
Man.
Or Kobe Bryant?
I guarantee you it's a lot of teams that had the number 1 draft pick, and I bet you they're wishing they did. But the first person that comes to mind, man on the cover of 2K8,
right?
Greg Oden.
But you can't compare.
No, Anthony Bennett, his game was just trash.
But my whole thing is you can't compare LeBron and Zion to Greg Oden and Anthony Bennett.
I mean, well, you can do the Greg Oden because the talent was there. He was just injured. You can't do Anthony Bennett.
He was
Anthony Bennett.
Greg Oden was not known as the next big thing in regards to changing the game of basketball or the next great, the next Jordan.
He could have been.
We
will never know.
He was more like the next Patrick Ewing or something. At that time. So yeah, man, we about to go ahead and get into one of our first segments here. Make sure that she's ready.
One of our first segments. Oh Jesus. We're ready for 36 minutes.
All right.
37.
But that was fun. That is the round table. Once again, this is your Wednesday night sports delight. Up next, we about to get right into our new segment. This is Joe Knows. Joe Bovacani, she will be contacting us very soon. And she is a co-worker of mine. Haven't seen her since late September due to the car accident. And here she goes right here. Hello, Joe. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Doing well. Thanks for being part of the show. I'll just let everybody know that you are a co-worker of mine. Been with the job in regards to my department for about a month or two now, and this is the first time we've been talking since I've been gone from work. How have you been?
I've been pretty good actually. Getting used to work. Watching the Astros game right now though.
That's what's up. I got Stan right here as well.
Hello. Hi, I'm Stan.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you. Smooth, I got a question for you. What the hell do you do?
My bad.
Cause, bruh,
It's back.
this is ridiculous.
I ain't know what happened.
You are the Tommy of this show. Don't nobody to come on here know what you do. And Joe might be the only one who could potentially, at this moment, shed some light on the situation.
Because it's
Answers will be had tonight. Damn it. No.
it is not the people's business to know what we
It
do.
is if some
9 to
people are
5.
trying to find something else to do.
Oh, well, holler at us after the show.
Okay then.
Holler at us after the show.
I'm glad we got that situated.
Right. But yeah, so I approached her this past weekend about, hey, I want to get you on the show and discuss some things. So I came up with the idea of having her on the show every other Wednesday. So we appreciate you bringing in this part of the show, representing for the ladies. And I know that you are really big on baseball and hockey. And I know right now your Houston Astros are playing against the Nationals. And I know that you are also a fan of the Cardinals. But for those who are watching the show, let everybody know a little bit about yourself in regards to your sports background and who who you're rooting for.
All right. Well, been a big baseball fan for my entire life. Played softball and whatnot all the way up until college. But yeah, I'm an Astros fan. I was a big Craig Biggio fan growing up. So obviously I got them on right now watching this, but the Cardinals for sure since St. Louis, born and raised, and can't not love the Cardinals.
Right.
If you want to talk hockey, obviously Blues all the way.
There we go. In regards to the Astros, so what made you be a really big fan of the Houston Astros?
Well, growing up, me and my brother and my cousins, I grew up with all guys, so that's like I'm a big tomboy. But we're really into collecting baseball cards and whatnot, and so I started collecting a lot more Craig Biggios. And so I got really into Craig Biggio. I liked that he was a utility player, he's a hard, gritty player, and so that's what really started it. Now I'm a huge Bregman fan, and then obviously everyone on that team's likable, but Bregman's my boy.
So I'm pretty sure you was a huge fan of the Killer Bees back in the day, the BGL, Bagwell, Berkman, and Beltran when they were tearing the league up during that time frame. That was a scary team to play when they were part of the National League Central. Had some great rivalry games with the Houston Astros. Do you miss the Astrodome at all?
A little bit, yeah, but I like Minute Maid Park.
Yeah,
I like the train and everything. It's really cool.
You talking about home field advantage?
Yeah.
Thoughts so far on this World Series with your Astros? Matter of fact, they're up 1-0 with, I believe that's George Springer up to bat right now, top of the second, against the Washington Nationals. A man on second and third against Max Scherzer, St. Louis' own Max Scherzer. But what's your thoughts overall in regards to this World Series?
I mean, honestly, the Nats, I think they surprised just about everyone this entire playoffs because I didn't think they were going to be, even the games that they did win, I feel like they're killing the Astros. But this whole World Series has been weird because the road teams won every single game. So
it's crazy.
It's been really weird, but a lot of really good pitching matchups, obviously. I'm happy to see Max Scherzer pitching. And then it sucks JV Justin Verlander can't get a World Series win underneath his resume.
Now,
Got everything else.
now
But not
didn't he win one 2 years ago?
No, he didn't win a single World Series game. I think he got through at least one game,
okay.
but
I got you. You mean actually win a game as him being a pitcher? I thought you meant like him winning the World Series. I got you now.
oh yeah, he's never pitched a World Series. I think he's like 0-5 now or something like that in World Series games. Everything else, he got 3,000 strikeouts. He had 300 this year. Cy Young's MVP. He just can't win that one game in the World Series.
Is he like Clayton Kershaw? You know, can't come through in the postseason in regards to getting that big win.
No, he's gotten the wins in the playoffs before. I mean, Kershaw, a couple of years against the Astros, he had some good games in the playoffs, actually, especially against the Astros. Except for that Game 5, I think it was. But, yeah.
So why do you think? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, he's got good postseason stats. It's just the World Series, I don't know if it's just too big for him or what.
What are your thoughts on last night's game and in regards to what Bregman did and then what Juan Soto did with the whole taking it back down to first base?
Honestly, nowadays, that stuff doesn't bother me anymore. Like, it used to bother me a little bit, but the older I got, it's just, I mean, everyone's pretty much my age or younger in Major League Baseball now, and they're just trying to have fun, really. So, it doesn't bother me. I don't want to sound like I'm biased. The Soto thing bothered me a little bit just because he was just trying to do what Bregman did, but it really didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I know Stan and I had a little talk about that in regards to the baseball unwritten rules and everything like that. And he was saying, man, it's the World Series.
It is. It's like, there's no trying to be pretty right now. You come here for one thing and one thing only. We trying to get the trophy.
Yeah, and I get that in the World Series, but again, it is the biggest stage, and he's a kid. He's just trying to have some fun. So, especially whenever Soto's taking people like Justin Verlander and Garrett Colby, who are 1 and 2 for the AL Cy Young voting, go ahead for it, I guess.
Yep.
Just don't get mad whenever Bregman or something does it because it goes both ways.
Right. What were your thoughts in regards to the Cardinals' season and how they finished? What do you think was the main problem or problems that led to them losing 4-0 against the Nationals in the NLCS?
Honestly, it's been hitting the entire season. One week they're an all-star lineup, and the next week they just can't put anything together. I can't remember exactly what the exact numbers were, but Danny Mac was on 101 last week, I think it was, and just saying that there was, I think, like more than half our games this year, we couldn't scrounge up more than 5 hits or like 4 runs in a game. So, I mean, but what are you going to do? You got to outfield of Fowler, Bader, and Ozuna, and Ozuna was hurt for a while, and you just can't really do much about this. You can't put some hits together, and obviously you can't take away the Nationals' rotation, but other teams have hit them, so we should be able to hit them too.
Do you feel they should go ahead and move on from Ozuna?
Yeah, there's no way that you give them the contract. Earlier in the year, I would have said you got to do it, but I don't see it. We have way too much outfield depth, and you're just going to have all these guys sitting there doing nothing. And if he can't get himself ready during the off season, like this past off season, and you miss him for a month or two, then I don't think it's worth it. And he's already, I don't even know how old he is. I think he's like 28, 29. So I really think Carlson, I know like Bernie Nicholas just said something about, everyone said the same thing about O'Neill and about Bader. No one said that because Dylan Carlson is a top-rated in all of baseball prospect. It's not just a Cardinals prospect, it's all of baseball. Harrison Bader was not that. So I think go into spring training, see exactly what Dylan Carlson has, and then go from there, I guess. But, I mean, I think one of Carpenter or Fowler have to be traded this offseason.
No, sure. I hope both of them go ahead and go for real. You had any, you had a question, Stan?
I do not have any questions. I did have to clear my throat. That was really ugly.
I was watching you guys earlier about talking about the Gold Glove, and sadly, I think the Cardinals get maybe one.
Blasphemous.
And I guess you,
All right,
you're
listen,
referring to
I
Colton
was
Wong.
looking- You know, he should, but I don't think he's gonna get it.
What? Who you think is gonna get it?
All right, listen. I'm gonna go through. All right, Greinke's gonna win it with the D-back. I know he's an Astro now, but he's gonna win it. I don't even know why Jack Flaherty's up there, honestly, because I've only seen him make normal plays, not anything spectacular. Catcher, it's gonna be JT Realmuto because the guy's a stud. I am the biggest Yadier Molina fan there is, but he was out for a long time. Goldschmidt, I think he's our only one we get. But when it comes to second base, Ozzie Albies, he's going to win, and the reason why he's going to win is because he hits home runs.
And that's crazy how they use offense, you know, to determine a gold glove on the defensive side. I never understood that. I think that's why LeMahieu won last year over Colton Wong.
Exactly. See, Colton Wong should have won it last year, and I'm looking at it right now. As Wong is a runaway leader in defensive runs saved among Major League second basemen, not just in the National League, in all of Major League Baseball. But Ozzie Albies, if you look, even Wong had a great year this year at the plate. He batted like a 280 or something with 10, 12 home runs. He had a great year, but that's not what other second basemen do. And I think Albies had 20-plus home runs. So, I mean, it's sad, but I think Albies going to win it.
Blasphemous.
I hope you are wrong, and then you can.
I hope I am too.
And then you can call in, or when we talk the following Wednesday, you can say congrats. You were right that Colton Wong did win. Cause I think he's
thank you very much.
Right. I think he's the definite lock out of anybody on that list. But
hopefully,
it is good that we have 6 guys though to be nominated for.
And you know what's funny is I think Schultz said before the year started that he could see us having. I think his remark was we have 9 Gold Glovers on this team, but to have 6 out of 9, that's pretty good right there.
Right.
I'm happy for Paul DeYoung. He definitely made a big step up this year.
Just got to get him right on the offense. And I think the Cardinals organization messed up DeYoung by playing him too much. He worn down towards the late September going to October. He was a shell himself. So they need to make sure that they put him in a position where he doesn't have to play, damn near every game, so he can stay fresh throughout the long run. Then he'll be more of a productive player for the Cardinals.
Danny Mac was talking to Derek Gold on his scoops with Danny Mac, and that's one thing he brought up. And so Derek Gold was saying he could see us going out as a priority this offseason to get maybe a Hechavarria or someone like that. Because Munoz isn't that guy, and Derek Gold said the same thing. He's not going to be that guy that can go out there and give you a third of a season's worth of starts at shortstop.
Okay. Yeah, so we definitely look forward to that. Now, my response in regards to what Mike Schultz said in regards to, projecting we have, so many Gold Glovers. Now it's time to not just have multiple Gold Glove winners, but let's get some Silver Sluggers as well, which means the best offensive guy in each position. It's time to get the offense going the way that it needs to be. Then we'll have a more complete team. So, great job on folks on the defense, but this offseason, you have to add on more by getting your offense together. If not, you're going to be the same exact thing that happened this past season, and we don't want that again.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the thing that's scary as a Cardinals fan is none of us thought we were going to trade for Ozuna, and none of us thought we were actually going to trade for Paul Goldschmidt and then actually sign him.
Mm-hmm.
So do you really see John Mozeliak going out 3 years in a row and making some type of splash?
He needs to.
He needs to. Everyone can agree with that.
But I think everyone.
Not going to.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same way you feel, that Mozeliak is going to just sit back and try to do a lot of, in-house moves and stuff like that. I just think you have to start changing. I ain't saying, just do something stupid. But if you can get Rendon, get Rendon. If you can find a way to acquire Mookie Betts, but you can sign him for a long term as well, you got to make them kind of moves. You can't just sit back.
Funny thing about Rendon is Morosi just within the last week, a couple days ago, he said that the Dodgers are looking to trade for Francisco Lindor this year.
And I want him.
Don't we all? And then, also that the Dodgers are really looking into Rendon. So you imagine an infield of like Rendon, Francisco Lindor. They'll probably put Muncy back at. Oh no, they'll put Justin Turner at second because he says he'll go anywhere, and then Muncy at first. Like, that's stupid.
Along with Cody Bellinger in the outfield, and possibly Jock Peterson if they keep him. But yeah, that team would be crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess whenever it comes down to October baseball, though, look at the Dodgers. They were eliminated right away. So.
Yep, that is.
But with the whole Mookie Betts thing, I would love him, but it's almost like I'm surprised that we got Goldie right away. And he's older, though. Mookie Betts, he's a little bit younger, and he only has one more year on his contract. I don't know if Mookie would want to sign a contract right away, and that's the only way I would want to do it is if I know for a fact that we're going to have him, and there's no way to know that.
Right. And that's been an overall issue with the Cardinals in regards to even their in-home, like the minor leagues guys. You have a lot of guys, but you just don't know what to expect. I think a lot of people are, like Cardinal fans, they want more proven guys.
Yeah.
And hopefully, as you brought up earlier, Dylan Carlson, is that guy. And like you said, unlike Bader, O'Neill, Grichuk, Piscotty, like all those guys, they were known as great talents, but they were also known to have bad plate discipline. Carlson, he's not like that at all. He's known to have great plate discipline and use his talents. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you can't make contact, you're no good for the team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to spring training already, just because Carlson, he's a switch hitter. And if you've seen pictures or videos of him swinging from the left side, he does kind of look like Cody Bellinger. And like, it sounds silly to say that and get our hopes up, but
he does.
Anything like that, I will take it.
I agree. I saw the same thing with his swing.
Yeah, but then he's decent in the outfield, and he almost swiped 20 bags this year as well, with 20 homers and Double-A. So, I mean, it seems like he's got the full package. He's got everything. So that's why I'm really looking forward to spring training, see what he looks like, and hopefully see him in some games later. Like last year, we saw Tommy Edman late in spring training games, and he showed up for a majority of the year. So hopefully the same thing with Carlson happens.
Right. And once again, everyone who's watching, thanks for tuning in. On the line right now, which would be every other Wednesday, Every
other Wednesday,
Mrs. Joe Bovacante, but we're going to just call her Joe. This is her new segment, Joe Knows. So in regards to, and this has been a great conversation, by the way, so I definitely appreciate it. So let's go ahead and switch to hockey. Stan and I didn't know this until he researched it a couple of weeks ago. We didn't know what OTL meant until he looked it up in the standings, and there was overtime loss. I didn't realize that. So, I watch hockey a lot, but in regards to what the OT, I'm like, I don't know what that meant.
In theory.
But this has definitely been, hockey has been a part of our show.
Come on, Bulls.
Stan is a big Chicago Bulls fan, so if you hear him screaming or whatever, you'll know why. But in regards to the Blues, we've always had, Blues talk every now and then. Definitely picked up last season because, of course, we had that miraculous run to the Stanley Cup and everything. This was given some news, of course, a couple of days ago that our top scorer, like when you hear St. Louis, think about the Blues, you think about the first person is normally Tarasenko. And he's out for the next 5 months, probably the whole season, unless the playoff, they make a long playoff run. But thoughts on the loss of Tarasenko?
Oh, well, it's a nightmare, really. Like, it sucks if he started off really good, and it's going to be reevaluated in 5 months. So I think it'll honestly be a lot longer than that. And it's the same exact shoulder that he had a procedure on last year. So obviously something's up with that shoulder, and I just think to be safe, they just need to just shut it down because they got young talent that they can use in place of him. And
that was my next question. Who should be that guy that you feel is going to step up and say, you know what, we're going to be all right?
Well, you got kids like Clint Costin and Jordan Kyrou. I don't think Costin's ready yet. just from hearing like what Jeremy Rutherford's been saying and whatnot, and Rivers is, so, you know, in training camp he looked great, but in the AHL he still hasn't proven himself. So I don't think Haas going to be the guy right away, but maybe Jordan Kyrou.
Mm-hmm.
And then also though, last year during the off season, I was telling my husband someone I would really like, and you probably heard Randy Carricker say it as well before, is Justin Williams. And so right now, like, he's an older guy, and he's taking time off, quote unquote, whatever that means, from hockey, but he's not retiring.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be good, because I don't even think he's a free agent. I think he's still with Carolina, but he's just taking time off.
Yeah, I did hear about. I did hear Randy Carricker talk about him last year a whole lot.
And I like him. He's played with the Capitals before. He's a good veteran. He got the Carolina Hurricanes into a deep run last year. So someone like that, honestly, just to eat up some minutes. Like, I think O'Reilly and Shen's been on a tear this year so far, and then Perron. Like, if the right guys step up like they're supposed to, like Schwartz, and then just have everyone else do the little things, I think they're going to be okay.
And I know Stan and I have been talking about it, even Sedal, when he was on the show, about going to a hockey game. So we definitely gotta make that happen.
It's sitting all the way at the bottom and taking hot chocolate and trying to see how long it takes before it gets cold.
Hockey tickets are pricey.
Man, they are.
Especially
through
when your team
StubHub.
done won the Stanley Cup.
Right.
And this is their redemption year.
Now I'm checking out prices on StubHub, and StubHub, you can normally get some nice little fine little diamonds in the rough.
Look, what y'all got to do.
They ain't playing right now. StubHub you got to pay an arm and a leg for the high seats.
See, what you got to do
Yeah.
is go on SeatGeek.
SeatGeek too. They're pricey right now as well.
Oh, it's pricey too.
Oh yeah, I check them both.
See, all right. So what you need to do?
He the plug.
Is you need to go to? Oh dang, it's not in that section. Dang, I have it on my phone. I can't remember the name of the app.
Baseball games, you can buy tickets for $5 and you're good to go. But hockey is $50 for a single ticket.
Right. And how do you feel so far in regards to the start of the young Blues season?
The power play is better than last year so far.
That's a plus.
Do better, yeah. But the thing that's scary is anytime I look up at the scoreboard and we got a 2-goal lead, I just feel like we're gonna go into overtime and get your OTL, and it's devastating. Like, why is it that you get 2-goal lead and then you just somehow lose it?
That's crazy. It's crazy you said that, because I just showed Stan that I have that as my next question is, why can this team keep a lead? Because they should easily be probably have like what 2 or 3 more victories right now if they can keep a damn lead, especially a 2-goal lead.
Yep, because right now they're 6-3-3.
Right.
So yeah, we could probably have about 2 more wins in there, and I don't know, they just get comfortable, they sit back, and I don't know if they just think, hey, we're the Stanley Cup champions, and we have to cycle past the net, and we're fine, we're good to go, or what. But they just need to stop doing that. You need to play until the last buzzer goes off. Will we get to a point in which we'll see guys like Robbie Fabry and Zach Stanford finally step up with Tarasenko gone? Could this be a blessing in disguise that Tarasenko is gone right now to help other guys to mature and show up and show out? I mean, I don't think they really have a choice not to step up, really. Stanford, like I'm a big Fabry fan, but with the last couple of years with him having those surgeries with his knees, it's just, you need your knees for hockey. And so obviously he looks better this year so far. He looks faster like he did when he was a rookie. But I think Stanford's one of the guys that's really going to step up and show something for the team that's already on the team. And then guys like Sammy Blais, I think he's going to be a really big piece this year.
It looks like Yuli Gurriel just hit a home run, or was that previous? Okay, that was previous.
That was earlier.
Okay,
that was earlier.
All right.
Like, don't get me excited because I'm behind.
And right now he's up to bat, 2 men on, bottom of the third, 1 out. Houston is up 1-0 in Game 7. So do you have your setup right now with hockey on one channel or one TV, and baseball on different TV right now?
No, so I'm in a room because I stayed home today because I'm sick. But so I got my laptop set up, keeping track of the Blues game, and then on the TV I got the Astros game.
Got you.
So set up.
My last question in regards to our talk period is: should the Blues go ahead and find a way to, or actually, I'm sorry, two-part. Should the Blues go ahead and find a way and trade Jake Allen? And do you see a Petrangelo deal happening very soon?
Okay, so this is one that I wrote down just because it's not just I don't know how to explain it. So the whole Bennington and Allen thing starting to annoy me. Like, I know it's what have you done for me lately, and obviously Bennington was in that all for the playoffs last year who brought us Stanley Cup to St. Louis, but Allen hasn't looked much worse than Bennington has so far this year to start off. So, I mean, beginning of the year, yeah, I thought he's probably going to be traded, and it still might happen because he got Husto coming up. But I don't think it really needs to be talked about yet because Bennington hasn't looked great. And I think we have the best two goalies in the league. So
I agree with that.
All together, but like the best 1-2 punch goalies.
Yep, I agree with that. The best 1-2 punch in the league. I believe Randy Carricker asked Doug Armstrong the other day his thoughts on Bennington, and Armstrong pretty much had the vibe of he was doing okay, but we expect him to be better. So that should be coming very soon. But this has been a awesome conversation with you. Definitely appreciate you taking some time out. I know that you said that you aren't feeling too well, but still, thank you for taking a part of this conversation. Any last words, Stan?
Best of luck to your Astros.
Thank you.
On
hopefully
tonight.
I can. My brother doesn't like it when he's here, so hopefully I can celebrate later on.
I don't care who wins. Should have been the Cardinals. I ain't over this. This is gonna hurt me all the way until April.
If the Cardinals made it and they're going up against the Astros, the series would have been over last week. So.
Oh man,
that is true. That is such a true statement.
Right. But yeah, so go ahead and get well, and we will speak with you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks. See you guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Later.
All right. That was Joe Knows. Nice segment right there. Once again. Oh, what happened? The Bulls lost?
No. We'll be down by 3. It's like, what?
Oh. Against the Cavaliers.
How let a team without LeBron?
All right. Now we're getting to college football. We are now into week 10 starting this weekend. Oregon doing their thing, man. They doing their thing.
Oregon about pissing me off.
Well,
I'm about sick of these close cut wins.
At least y'all winning.
Y'all giving me heart attacks. Cut it out.
At least y'all winning.
I don't care.
Man, I can't. Matter of fact, I'm going to save it for congrats. So, AP Top 25, let me know once you're ready.
At number 25, we've got San Diego State University.
24, Memphis.
At number 23, we've got Wake Forest.
22, Kansas State.
At number 21, we've got Boise State.
20, Appalachian State.
Appalachian?
Appalachian.
Like the Appalachian Mountains?
Right.
I think. At number 19, we have Iowa.
18, we have Wisconsin.
At number 17, we have Cincinnati.
16, Notre Dame.
At number 15, we have SMU, which I'm thinking is Southern Montana. South Montana? Something with Montana.
Golly.
It's something Montana.
Is it? No, I want to say is Michigan. I forgot what it was. I should know this. 14, Michigan.
What's the name of it? What in the Lord? I was trying to look at it.
It ain't like you do.
Number 13, Minnesota.
12, Baylor.
Number 11, Auburn.
10, Oklahoma.
At number 9, we've got the Utah Utes.
Number 8, we have Georgia.
At number 7, jumping up 4 spots, looking pretty, looking good, it is the Ducks from the University of Oregon. Win the day.
Number 6, we have Florida.
At number 5, we've got Penn State.
Number 4, Clemson.
Damn. I remember there was some poster where they were like, we should just take Clemson and put them out of the top 4. Well, they're working on it.
Right.
Because at number 3 is Ohio State.
Number 2, Stephen A's Roll Tide.
And at number 1 for the first time in a while, we've got the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers.
There it is. All right. Now we on to the NFL. Thoughts on this past week of games? Anything
Some buttery bull. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, I'm about to say who?
Everything was cool. I was having fun last week, and I was like, screw it. I'm picking the Jets. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted.
You know what?
To.
Because I think, when I was going over your picks live, I'm like, wait a minute, he tripping.
Oh, yeah, because I said screw it last time, and I was like, yeah, let's go.
I'm like, wait a minute, he must have been on that ooh-wee.
No, I was just bored. I was like, man, you know what? It can happen.
That's like how you was when we had the show at Herb Arts, and you just picked all like.
I was like, forget it.
Right.
I'm these people.
You like bump it. All right, so we're gonna get right into the pick'ems here. So the scores going into
audacity.
The scores going into last week. Yours truly and Stan. We're tied at 67, 40, and 1. And then ABQ, shouts out to them. They will be back on YouTube very soon. They had to go ahead and take some time away to take care of their 9-to-5s.
I really can't believe I picked the Jets back. I was like, who? The Jets?
I saw that. I said, what? But
this going to be the year it finally happens when it doesn't count.
And ABQ, they are 66, 41, and 1. So they were one game behind Stan and yours truly. Let's go ahead and get into our pick'ems from week 8.
Week 8 was a beautiful week for me. Let's look at this first game on Thursday. It was Washington going into Minnesota. And I picked the Vikings.
Make sure here. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I had the Vikings, and ABQ had the Vikings, and the Vikings won.
Yes, they did. We've got the first game, slate of our Sunday games. We have Seattle going to Atlanta. I picked Seattle.
I had Seattle, and so did ABQ.
And Seattle was victorious. The next game, Philadelphia going into Buffalo. I picked Philadelphia.
I had Buffalo, and so did ABQ.
And who won?
The Eagles.
Yeah, they did. All right, next game we have the Chargers going to Chicago to face the Bears, and I picked the Chargers.
I had the Chargers. ABQ. They had the who they face again? Wait a minute. Oh, they had the Bears.
Chargers won. The Giants went into Detroit. I picked the Giants, thinking that some magic thing was gonna happen.
I had the Lions.
Who did ABQ have?
ABQ had the Lions.
And we don't even have to talk about what happened.
you know who won.
Anyway. Tampa Bay went to Tennessee, and I picked the Titans.
I had the Titans, and ABQ had Tampa Bay.
And the Titans were victorious. All right, the Rams over across the pond facing the Cincinnati Bengals. I picked the Rams.
I had the Rams. ABQ had the Rams.
And the Rams did exactly what the Rams were supposed to do and keep that team undefeated. We had Arizona going into New Orleans. And up until like 2 days before the game, I was like, yeah, Kyler finna go in there and show out. But, what happened? That damn Drew Brees came back. Long story short, I picked the Cardinals.
I had the Saints, so did ABQ.
And it was some buttery bull. Ain't nobody tell Drew Brees to come back and
come back and be himself.
Right. The audacity.
So, now that you're here on the show live and everything, what are your thoughts on Teddy Bridgewater being 5-0? Or you know what? He proved himself.
Tremaine Johnson still knocked his ass out. I don't care. You still went to sleep courtesy of my team. Take a nap.
What was that, like 3 years ago?
I don't care. I have no respect. My team put you to sleep, boy. You was holding that ball like a pillow.
Go to sleep.
He was cuddling up. He was like,
boy, snowing on the field.
that boy was out cold.
So yeah, well, once again the Saints won.
Yeah, next game we have the Jets going into Jacksonville, taking on the Jaguars, and I picked the Jets.
I had the Jaguars, and ABQ had the Jaguars.
And anyway, okay. Wait, who won that game?
The Jaguars.
Of course. Now this game, I was happy. Denver going to Indianapolis to face the Colts, and I picked the Colts.
I did too, and so did ABQ.
And Jacoby.
Brisket.
Yes.
Man, what a game. Man, he's been showing up too.
Yeah.
He has been, man, he threw a dime late in that game. I think it was one of those game-winning, I think it was the game-winning drive, or one of those drives. He had an amazing play off the run, threw a BB down the sideline. Man, he's showing out. So
This
shouts out
season
to
is
him.
definitely full of those who are special.
And I've noticed too, it's the guys that people have been saying, oh, check him out. No, wait till you get his shine. That they finally getting that shine, and they showing out. So
They
it's pretty good.
take off. Like, watch me. Be like, all right, cool. We watching.
Everybody saying Andrew who?
Pretty much. Carolina went to San Francisco, and I thought Carolina was going to have the tools necessary.
My God, they had no
to
tools at all.
dethrone one of the only two undefeated teams, and they left all their tools in their toolbox at home in the
My
garage
God.
under a pile of stuff. Yeah, so if you couldn't tell by my tone of voice, I picked the Panthers.
I had the 49ers, and ABQ had the Panthers.
And the 49ers came out monstrously victorious. Now, this game was a no-brainer for me to pick. Oakland at Houston. I picked the Houston Texans.
I had the Texans. ABQ had the Texans.
All right, now this next game, Cleveland at New England. I picked the Patriots.
I had the Patriots, and ABQ had the Patriots.
Just when you think Baker Mayfield's day couldn't get any worse, your wide receiver is giving his cleats made of goat fur or skin or whatever goats have, goat hair, to Tom Brady. Because Odell believes that Tom is the GOAT. That's gotta sting when you're that person's quarterback. It's like, yeah, you cool and all, but you ain't never gonna be Tom Brady.
That's crazy.
So with everything going on in the NFL, with all these trade deadlines, with all these teams not performing well, and blockbuster trades were made last year, who honestly, between Odell and the Giants, who do you think got the better part of that trade?
Right now, you have to say the Giants.
Well, yeah.
Right now, it depends on the development of Baker Mayfield. If he fails, then that trade fails. Because right now, a lot of people are riding high on Daniel Jones. Then people are riding high for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I was about to ask a super question to be like, okay, between Pittsburgh and Tom, no, let me.
Oh,
Lord.
whose spot would you rather be in, the Steelers or Antonio Brown right now?
Well, true, Antonio Brown ain't got no job right now. But
He's still getting paid though.
he's still getting paid, and he's going with an innocent approach. So either he's faking really good, or he really didn't do it. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it.
All right. Up next game, Sunday Night Football. Great game.
Yes. We had Green Bay going to Kansas City, going into Arrowhead, taking on the Chiefs. I picked the Packers.
I had the Packers, and ABQ also had the Packers.
And the Packers came through and cleaned up house. Now, Monday was just an absolute embarrassment.
Miami at
Dear
Pittsburgh.
God.
Right.
And I picked Pittsburgh.
I had Pittsburgh. ABQ had Pittsburgh.
And Pittsburgh just said, forget y'all. So for the week, that brings me to 11-3, bringing my total to a smooth and crispity-crunchy 78, 43, and 1.
Now, you know it was 15 games. Not 14.
Damn it! Here we go again. I'm tired of this.
It wasn't me this time. I made sure, everyone.
I'm tired of this. I hate it here. It's the ghetto. Okay.
Adults in this ghetto. So while Stan figure out his results, ABQ went 11-4. So now they are 77, 45-1. Yours truly had probably his best week ever, 14-1. So now I am 81, 41-1. And Stan is still
booty.
Stan's still reviewing his phone. So we'll get his update very soon. We'll go ahead and move on to week 9.
Yes, we shall.
All right. So week 9, everything starts off tomorrow night.
Yep.
And you want to go ahead and do?
All right. Week 9 starting tomorrow. We've got San Francisco going into Arizona. Smooth. Who y'all got?
Or you know what? Let me go ahead and do this because ABQ just sent me theirs. All right. So.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. So I have the 49ers and ABQ. They have the 49ers. So you go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. You go. I can go ahead and maneuver.
49ers as well. All right. Next game. First game on. Oh dear. Early in the morning. They're gonna be over in Where are they gonna be playing at?
Oh, in London.
Oh, okay. So London has the 2 back-to-backs this season. I think it's 2 more, right?
I think so.
All right. So we've got Houston being the away team playing against Jacksonville.
I have the Texans. ABQ have the Texans.
And I have the Texans as well. Next up, we've got Washington going into Buffalo, a real snooze fest of a game.
I have the Bills. ABQ have, look how they have the Bills. They have Bill with the possible S.
That's disrespectful.
And who you have?
I don't have the Bills. I have the Redskins.
Got you.
All right, next game, we've got Minnesota going into Kansas City.
I have the Chiefs. ABQ has the Vikings.
And I have the Vikings as well. You've got the Jets going down south to Miami.
I have the Jets. ABQ has the Jets. No surprise.
You got the Jets. Next up, you got Chicago traveling to go get a cheesesteak from Philadelphia.
I have the Eagles. ABQ has the Eagles.
Big cheesesteaks, baby. I'm going with the Eagles. Next game, you've got the Colts taking it on over to Pittsburgh, PA.
I have the Colts. ABQ has the Colts.
And I have the Steelers.
Ooh, upset special, huh?
Hopefully Mason Rudolph don't get knocked out again.
He got hit in the mouth this past Monday night as well.
It's just funny. It's just the way he went down. It was like,
Right.
All right, next game. We've got Tennessee going into Carolina.
I have the Panthers. ABQ has the Panthers.
And I picked the Panthers as well. Next up, you've got Seattle. No, you don't. You've got Oakland playing host to Detroit.
I have the Raiders. ABQ has the Lions.
I've got the Raiders. Now you've got Seattle playing host to Tampa Bay.
Seahawks. ABQ. Seahawks.
And I've got the Seahawks as well. You've got Cleveland going into Denver.
I have the Browns. ABQ has Denver.
This is what he said. I have the Browns. Pause. He was like, wait, I have to give the other one.
Right.
I have the Browns. Next up, you got the Chargers playing host to Green Bay.
This should be. Oh no, never mind. Chargers. I have. I have Green Bay.
Man, the Chargers just fired their head coach. What is going on?
Now, was it the head coach or was it the offensive coordinator? I saw coordinator.
Nah, bro, I saw head coach. I saw everybody gone. They fired everybody. Let me go to it.
Yeah, last time I checked, it was just Ken Risenhunt, and he was the coordinator. Yeah.
Yeah, it was those two. Well, shoot, fire everybody. Get rid of them all. So, yeah, I picked Green Bay for the game.
So, we all had Green Bay.
Yeah. Sunday night.
This game here going to be off the chain.
You've got New England going into Baltimore.
I have the Ravens. ABQ has the Patriots.
I also have a repeat of the game that sealed their Super Bowl victory, I'm going with the Ravens. The Ravens gonna do it.
I believe in Lamar
And
Jackson.
then there's gonna be one. Jimmy G is just gonna be out here looking like a Jimmy G.
Okay.
Because it's not like you can say he's a backup Tom Brady anymore. Because nope, he's doing it himself.
Right. You just gotta stay healthy, man.
Yeah, that is true. Stop trying to do all that extra stuff.
All right, and you got
Those more picks, man.
We got one more
Oh yeah,
game.
we do have Monday.
I'm like,
I forgot Monday.
Like, did he forget?
That's why I forgot Monday. It's because of who was playing. You got the Cowboys going into MetLife. I almost called it the Meadowlands. Dear God.
Oh wow, you taking it back? You taking it way back?
Taking it back. Did they finally tear that down? I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the Cowboys going to play the Giants, and who's got what?
I have the Cowboys. ABQ has the Cowboys.
And I've got the Cowboys as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are your picks for Week 9 of the Platform Pick'ems.
There it is.
As always, Pick'ems be damned. Damn the Pick'ems.
Right. We gotta have to get some paper. Done with this. Damn the Pick'ems. All right. So keeping with the NFL, this past weekend they had a new supposed holiday called hashtag National Tight End Day. So had me wondering, who do we feel is the greatest tight end ever? And our choices, as you see, of course, you do have other, but they have on here Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp. Who is that right there? I can't even tell right now. I'm tripping. Here we go. Jason Witten, Antonio Gates, Rob Gronkowski, Greg Olsen, or if there's someone else that is not on the screen, who do y'all feel is the greatest tight end in the game?
Lance Kendrick.
I got a feeling that Sadar would say someone old school. Like a Mike Dick or something. I can see him do how he, not saying
Mike Dick.
Not saying that we're not, but he's the big historian with the stories and everything.
Yeah. Mike Dick, let me tell you why. 1973.
I was
Week 7.
I was watching one of our old shows. It was the one with we had this wall at the backdrop, and Eli was on the show. It was like I think it was like your fifth show on the road. You was like, hold on, put the camera on me real quick, Smooth.
Oh yeah.
He like, put the camera on me. Hold on, this is my fifth time in a row consecutive.
That was a great show.
Man, I watched the whole thing.
I stole
Sadar's
catchphrase.
I watched that show on Facebook because someone actually liked the video yesterday. So I want to check it out. Like, let me see what this was. So I watched the whole show and laughed my butt off. It was one of our greatest shows. We was on this on Facebook at the time, but it was just a great conversation.
Back when we had that camera. Oh
my God,
Jesus.
that was
zoom in. Hold on, give me a second.
It's so funny because you heard me clicking on it.
You can hit click, 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 click. Hold on, let me drag it over. Click, click, click.
Right,
click,
almost there. Wait,
click,
wait.
Click, 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 click. There we go.
But yeah, man. So just so you know, man, go on our page on Facebook and check out old videos from our first show until we went over to YouTube.
What's crazy
Production has changed.
We don't have to do that no more. We out here like this.
Right.
Like what's up? In my face.
Right.
Boom. Ain't no click, 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 click. Aha. His face, my face. Ah. Both of us.
Right. So to check out how we came from back then to now, man.
fell up my ear again.
That's the excitement.
I've been wanting to cooperate.
So yeah, who do you feel?
Shannon Sharp, baby. Shannon Sharp. The coldest, the cleanest, man.
Yeah.
Funniest.
No, I was before Witten. Not saying I'm choosing Witten. I was a huge fan of people may not remember this cat. They may do depending on how old you are. But Jay Novacek, former tight end from the Dallas Cowboys, doing the Troy Aikman, Irvin, Emmitt Smith days.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a huge fan of his. Huge fan. But I'm going to go ahead and say Rob Gronkowski. This man was a game changer on the field. Guys could.
The boy was on steroids.
People will say that too because of how big he was. But on the field, linebackers couldn't stop him in regards to catching up with him. If he was safety or cornerback, you couldn't tackle him down because he was too big. He posed threats. He was a decoy. Remember a couple plays that last year in the AFC Championship game when Tony Romo was saying, do this with Gronk, and what happened? They did it. Touchdown, or use him as
don't nobody care.
Or use him as a diversion for somebody else.
Don't nobody care about Tony Romo calling the right stuff and being right about the Super Bowl. Everything that happened. Don't nobody care.
But yeah, so
news.
I do want to ask Sadal and see what he says about his greatest tight end.
B. Baker, we see you, sir. We gonna talk about it. Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid was getting into a fight. On the boy, it looked like an old school fight.
Man,
it looked like something from elementary school. I was excited. They was getting it. They went down to the ground. They was like, and then Joel Embiid got up,
started grinning and everything.
Yeah, let's go.
I was like, okay,
let's go. I'm like, ain't neither one of y'all finna win a ring.
But Karl Anthony Towns has that persona. Not saying that he's trying to put it out like that, but I think people really think that he's soft. Especially after what Jimmy Butler did to him, last year, and he had like those. It was Jimmy Butler and 4 other whatever guys.
It don't help. He cried
in the scrimmage, and then Jimmy Butler said, "Hey, y'all ain't shit without me."
And it don't help that he cried.
Then he didn't go to the
outside the movie theater because he made it to the All-Star.
Right. That's what it was. That's what happened.
That's how you know you trash.
That was Rudy Gobert that cried when he didn't make the All-Star team. He was hurt. He was hurt. Right now in baseball, Astros are up 1-0.
Yep.
And in hockey, the Blues and the Minnesota Wild are tied at 1. Basketball, we have the Bucks at the Celtics, and the Bucks are winning 76-72. We have the Pacers at the Nets. Brooklyn, Pacers are up 90-88. So right now, a new segment as well. We ballin'. Talking about everything NBA basketball, and we just discussed. Had a big fight with Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns. But thoughts so far in regards to
throwing balls.
Throw them balls. Thoughts so far in regards to the early season with the NBA.
Oh man, everybody look like trash. No.
Nah.
The Warriors. Oh my God.
Will it stay that way? Excuse me. Throughout the whole season.
It will. Klay Thompson. Look, okay. Originally, I believe Steve Kerr let the cat out the bag and said Klay Thompson wasn't playing this year.
But then
he had to go back and be like, what I meant was
right.
What I meant to say.
They 3-0. I didn't even know that.
Is that the Lakers 3-1?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I know you lying. Bro, the Lakers 3-1. That's crazy.
So Brian Baker says, "Yep." Him meaning Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins soft. He tried Embiid. Pull this up here. He tried Embiid because he always joking. But great show, fellas. Thank you, Brian Baker. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I will be here next week. We're gonna be cussing.
We're gonna be crazy, y'all.
We're gonna have the smoke. We gonna have the drink. We gonna have it all.
Just so you know.
Look, if y'all thought that Shay Sharp was I'm coming in here acting a fool.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned, y'all.
I'm coming in with all the liquors.
Stay tuned. Coming in
with my bottle of my Crown and my King Paul and my bottle of Hennessy.
It was one show we did. Wasn't like Brian Baker.
Oh, yeah. I was
somebody else.
I was here. Just like, oh, no, we're not doing that? Okay, let me put it over there.
But it was like we had almost like a barbecue here. We had food on the table. You brought some Popeyes in.
Oh yeah.
Shit, we got it in that
yeah,
show.
We did.
Yeah,
man.
Okay, next week gonna be on the popping. And the Blues just scored. It's 2-1.
Next week is gonna be popping. Okay.
And I'm not sure if you saw the show at all last week, but we trying to get T-Rail back on the show next week as well.
Oh yeah, that'll be lit.
Yeah. So me and Brian talked about him last week, Mr. Later Pipe.
Mr. Later Pipe.
So hopefully T-Rail will be joining us as well. And if you have seen the page on Twitter at 314 Sports Talk, or of course on Facebook, upcoming next month, we have some ladies who's going to be coming to the show.
We do.
Tamika Miller talking about fitness. We have also Bunny Chipman. She's very big on sports. When I first started this show, along with Sadal, she was one of the people that was on my mind because we always had that discussion about we should do a sports talk show. And back then, this is like before you had YouTube Live and Facebook Live. This is talking about really radio. But now I got this. We had this platform, and now I got her to get on to be on the show. So she'll be coming up. She'll be joining us on the 20th of November. Tamika Miller will join us on the 13th of November. So a lot of good things going down with the platform sports talk show.
Yeah, baby.
Got the ladies coming through, so it's gonna be fun. Going back to the basketball season, I was looking at some standings. Right now, the Spurs are looking good. They are undefeated at this time. Pull this back up real quick.
Undefeated.
The Timberwolves may take an L because of what happened to Karl Anthony Towns. The Clippers. They are showing that they are in this for the long haul, and they're doing this all without Paul George. Granted, they did lose to the Suns the other day, but
to the Suns.
This is going to be a very interesting season with the rest. Right, the rest of the conference is so deep, so you can't come into it and say, "Oh, well, I'm playing the Suns. This is going to be an easy win." No, it's not going to be easy this year. It don't matter who you playing. They may not be like on the level of the Clippers or Lakers or the Nuggets team like that or the Rockets, but now you know every game going to where it is definitely the West Coast. It's not going to be easy going in and expecting a victory.
The famous Suns.
Right. I got something about one of the Suns players on Ears of the Week as well, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so overall, I'm liking.
Oh, let me pull up my Idiot of the Week. Lord have mercy.
I'm liking the direction of the. I know right now they're only 1-3, but the direction of the Memphis Grizzlies, the Pelicans. Now you talk about preseason, they were undefeated in the preseason, and right now they 0-4. Granted, they don't have Zion Williamson.
Man, granted, schmanit.
But they are 0-4 right now, and in the East. The Knicks are the Knicks. The Bulls are 1-3. Did they lose? Let me see. Let me see this updated here. Boom, boom, because they may be 1-4 now. Well, this still has 1-3, so that could be their active record. All right, and
you trying to be funny?
You
trying to be funny?
Just keep it.
Who your team, huh? Who your team, huh?
Man, my team. I don't even really have.
You ain't even got one. What, you trying to be funny?
Nope. And
talking on that man. Sounds Michael Porter Jr. doing.
Man, he hasn't even played a minute.
Ha!
And it's crazy, and that's why I feel you have to watch out with the Nuggets because this team is so deep that even Porter Jr. can't even get a lick of playing time. This team is so deep. It's going to be very hard for him. Mike Malone, the head coach of the Nuggets, he told Porter Jr. during the preseason leading up to the first game of the season that the NBA is all about sacrifice. And you may expect or want to play, 20 minutes a game or whatever, but pretty much you just got to wait your turn, wait for the moment, but stay prepared.
We fucking 1-4.
So the Bulls 1-4. They did lose. So the Cavaliers are 2-2.
Here we go.
Bruh.
I'm ready to go.
Bruh.
I'm ready to go.
I mean, I don't even know why you have the high hopes anyway.
I'm ready to go.
But yeah, so very young NBA season, but it should be a great one. Look forward to eventually having Zion come back and do his thing. Brian Baker says, in regards to next week, he said it's definitely going down. Ain't seen y'all in a month of Sundays. Might light a cigar on set. Hey, bring 2 or 3. Hey.
Oh no, if y'all lighting y'all, I'm lighting mine.
We lighting.
Don't worry about what we smoking.
He says Bobby Portis, former Bull, went crazy on the Bulls when they played against the Knicks the other night. I like them throwback jerseys too. that the Bulls had
Oh, yeah,
on.
them mugs nice this year.
Them mugs fresh. Speaking of fresh, did you check out the Toronto Raptors?
I did. A lot of people going back. The 90s is coming back, but the Bulls, I think they're taking it a step further. They've launched a complete retro line of stuff. Like they've got Mike's old Olympic jersey in their rotation at the Madhouse store. Like the store at the arena is definitely lit. So I definitely. And the All-Star game is in Chicago this year. They right across the river in like 4 months. Shoot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shoot.
And I'm gonna bring up something else.
I'm trying to go to the Shy. Everybody show up for All-Star Weekend.
Right, that's gonna be bananas. Chi-Town. And I don't know if I told you before, but when I went to Chicago, one of my goals I wanted to do outside of the Wrigley Field thing was go to the United Center and see the Michael Jordan statue.
Oh man, they have put so much stuff around that thing.
But no, it's worse than that. They moved it from outside to inside. So you can't even, you have to go inside the arena now, because I guess maybe they had some possible vandalism or whatever. So they moved it inside now, so you can't even get that picture from outside the stadium. You got to go inside. When I heard that, I was like, oh, man.
That's cool. I'll go in.
Yeah.
I'll stay a while. Watch the game.
Watch them lose. I'm sorry. I had to do it. But yeah, but so once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. Next week should be off the chain. Be bigger. Look forward to it, man. Hope that you have already shared this stream with all your followers, and look forward to once again to seeing you and hopefully T-Rail and definitely Stan next week. That is the new segment, We Ballin', talking about everything NBA.
We ballin'.
And now we're going to get to congrats. You were right. Did you have anything?
Nah.
Here we go. So for me, you told me, and I didn't want to listen. I did not want to listen. But after these last 2 weeks, I am fully convinced it is just not meant to be, as long as Barry Odom is the head coach. Mizzou Tigers football is not going to do anything. Over these last 2 weeks, both games that they went into on the road, they were favored by over 20-something points. Both games they lost at Vanderbilt and then at Kentucky. They were favored at least 20 points against both guys. Against both teams, and Mizzou lost. Both games, they came unprepared. The vibe is Barry Odom isn't getting his guys prepared on how to defend this guy, how to prepare for that guy, how to get your team hyped up. This has been a problem under Barry Odom since he's been head coach for the last 3 years. Either it's you have a terrible start to the season, but then you finish off strong, but because you're playing like lesser teams, you get them the victories. This year, you start off very strong. Well, actually, you did. You lost the first game against Wyoming. But then you won like 5 in a row. Right. But then you won 5 in a row, looking better. Not against a lot of elite teams, but you was getting there, and now you laid an egg. And now next week, you got to go to Georgia and face them. Then you go home to face Florida Gators. Both those teams are ranked in the top 15. You have a promising season to go far. And exactly, Brian Baker. Kentucky doesn't even have a quarterback. They used a wide receiver as a quarterback this past Saturday against the Tigers. And Mizzou did not have an answer for them at all. And going back to what I said about the United Center, yes. Brian Baker says they had a shooting close by. The United Center is on the, okay. So the center is on the west side in a treacherous hood. He said that he got a pic next to the MJ statue outside the end. So now he want to brag. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when I went down to the United Center. It was, it's in a bad spot. It's like, y'all just gonna put this right here?
Oh, is that bad?
Yeah, it's in a bad spot.
Wow.
It's like smack dab in the hood.
Then B. Baker says all they can do is run, and they still play down the field with the wide receiver playing quarterback, doing all QB sneaks. Yeah, Mizzou is a joke. As long as Barry Odom is the head coach, they will remain a joke. When Pinko had to go ahead and resign due to his health, Jim Stark, I believe that was like his first year. Or no, I'm sorry, it was the previous regime. That was the AD. When he was going through a search, a lot of the players were like not protesting, but they were saying, we want Barry Odom. He's the guy for our team. He's the
guy for us.
So Mizzou pretty much followed the players and chose Barry Odom because he played for Mizzou. He played for the Tigers. So he Missouri bled. So hey, so is Kim Anderson when he comes to the basketball team.
That's petty.
And what happened?
That's
I'm just keeping it real.
Real petty.
Barry Odom has to go. You're not going to get the respect from the SEC, being an SEC team, the way that you're playing. Mizzou has definitely disappointed me. So congrats, Stan. You were right.
Thank you.
Do you have this your leader?
I do not. Oh, but I got an idiot.
All right. Bro, you tripping. You have anything?
You tripping. For what you said on Facebook, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, yeah. No, in regards to that, I was not saying that he is. I just want everyone's opinion. That's all. It's social media. Have fun.
You can have fun. What they say, you can have fun as long as you don't talk about politics and religion.
All right, so, bro, you're tripping. The college basketball season is underway, pretty much starting next week. I'm going to put out there, SLU, St. Louis University, and Mizzou basketball teams will go to the big dance. Not saying how far, but I'm just saying that these two teams, they both will go to the big dance. Am I tripping?
Like big dance just being March Madness, right?
Right.
Oh, no. That's feasible. They've done it before.
Okay.
It didn't really end how they wanted it to.
Right. But they made it.
But, hey, yeah.
They got there.
They got their foot in the dough, all right? And when you get your foot in the dough, you can then walk on in.
All right, so now we have idiot.
I had to have a sentence.
Right. So now we have idiot of the week, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Is that correct?
Yep. Thank you, sir.
All right, go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking on your screen, or it's either there or it should be there momentarily. Oh, it's up there. It's in the top corner. Y'all see that? Yeah, University of Missouri, Columbia, also known as Mizzou, your athletics department. Y'all know you all are my idiots of the week. Let me tell you why. We are living in an era where we want everyone to know that even though athletes play sports, they are more than an athlete, correct? So, Mizzou was like, all right, let's get real inclusive. I'm more than an athlete. I am a this. I am a that. Well, when they did that to try to display the other side of their student athletes, Mizzou, they did a great job. They just made one mistake. Just one mistake. They had all these elaborate what do they call those dang old things? Professions. There we go. They had these elaborate professions for the white students, and let's just say that the black students didn't really get their fair end of the trade. I've got a few here. Let me check and see if they're the same ones. I've got one where it says that I am a future corporate financer. That's in your bottom left corner. And in your top right corner, it says, I'm a future doctor. Those are the white kids. Now, the black kids, Smooth has the better one. I've got the one where the black kid in the top left corner says, I'm an African-American woman, the young black woman. That's what hers says. And then the young African-American man in the bottom right corner, On mine says I value equality. What you all see is just says I am a brother.
How? How could you do that? After everything, Mizzou.
I am a brother.
And what's crazy is that
After everything that Mizzou has gone through,
and what's
just
crazy,
themselves.
What's crazy is that he actually said a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, that video ain't making no better.
Man.
Like, the video made it worse. It's like, okay, are they telling y'all to say this, or is this what you all are coming in with? Because Mizzou saw this and heard the backlash and went ahead and proceeded to drop a video where they had them say it out loud what was on the screen. And the first black man you see, he says, I am more than a student athlete. I am a brother. I was like, oh, damn. But then it doesn't stop there. He's like, I'm a brother, I am a son, I am an uncle, I am a nephew. Be like, okay, so is every other man in America. Big whoop.
But oh god,
it went from bad to worse. And when I made my Facebook post, I just don't believe that I believe that if you. No, I'm saying it wrong. Don't speak on what you don't know. Mizzou doesn't know diversity.
Right.
They should have kept their names out of that little diversity thing. Everyone else is trying to be diverse. No, sir. No ma'am, no ham, no sweet potatoes. None of that. You don't do that. Mizzou, come on, baby. Get your head out your ass. It's the reason I done jumped to Oregon. But y'all are making it so concise. Y'all are making me see that I made the right choice. By going to a woodland-ass school in the middle of Oregon, population 7 blacks, and they all on the football team. But yeah, Mizzou, get it together.
And what's crazy is, remember those weeks back that I had like a slide or whatever of certain local athletes from St. Louis who Mizzou was recruiting in the basketball, and they chose other schools. That is part of the reason why. Because of how they handle diversity.
Now it's like,
Yeah, so, and like I said on the post, it's going to make it even harder to try to recruit these these 5-star athletes to go to your school when they see stuff like this. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. So, here we go. One of my idiots of the week.
Oh, Lord, he's got a plethora of
Yeah, so umpire Rob Drake, he wasn't in the World Series, of course, but he is a current MLB umpire, and I don't know what he had in his drink that night.
It's Patron, ladies and gentlemen.
But he pretty much was saying, he got political. He was pretty much saying,
what I just say? You don't talk politics and religion in public.
That's Facebook. But no, anyway.
No, in public.
I know.
You don't talk about it.
But all he said was, if they impeach him, I'm going to get my rifle. Why would you even do that or say that?
Impeach him, I'm going to get my rifle.
Yeah.
Whoa, Lord.
So you are an umpire for you represent Major League Baseball.
Whoa.
And you're gonna say all this, and now he wants to apologize for his act. No, bruh. Why would you even have the mindset and put that on Twitter?
You jumped off the deep end, brother.
Like, why would you even do that? It was pointless. But that's his issue. You gotta deal with it. Up next, Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns second year star DeAndre Ayton. Now he already had baggage in the past coming from Arizona, getting paid by the benefits and everything.
Oh Lord.
But this one here, he has been suspended for 20 games due to substance abuse.
Was it weed?
Probably so.
You know what? I don't think that's fair.
But the whole thing is that you know the rules. You just didn't abide by them because you thought that people won't trip over it. You wouldn't get caught. And for his case,
Hold on, bro. The Bleacher Report did not just disrespect me.
oh, what happened?
The Bleacher Report just trying to disrespect me, bro.
What happened?
What is going on here?
Yeah, so it was a drug suspension that he is currently suspended for. And let me just want to see here. Let me double check something. Yeah, 25 games. I said 20, so excuse me. 25 game suspension. And he is trying to appeal. But once again, so here's what they're saying. He tested positive for a medication called diuretic, which violated the league's joint anti-drug program.
Must be some.
He says that he did not. He released a statement denying that he. Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Aiden released a statement denying he only took the diuretic. He says, "I want to apologize to my family, the entire Suns organization, my teammates, partners."
Oh yeah, I think I heard about this.
All and the fans of the Phoenix community. This was an unintentional mistake, and unfortunately, I put myself in my body. I put something in my body that I was completely unaware of. That's what they always say. That I didn't realize what was going on.
Unintentional ingestion.
Yeah. So yeah, he's until the appeal, if he gets cut down or not, whatever, he is suspended for 25
forever
games. Another idiot, LeBron James. Game 2 of the season, late in the game, they had a nice little lead going, and he had the headband going on, as you see over Stan's head. And I saw it live when it happened. They panned over to AD. He was like, "Yo, Brian, your hairpiece, dog, your hair, you want to fix that?" And LeBron, as you see, right on your screen, pulled the headband, and you just saw this patch of hair that was kind of everywhere. LeBron, it's been years on years on years on years. Please go ahead and just shave that stuff, bro.
Never
shave. You will thank us. I'm telling you, just let it go. And ever since that game,
LeBron, hold on to your youth, man.
Ever since that game and that moment, he has now worn headbands since.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that piece stays straight, bro.
Man, just let it go.
Shoot, that's why I be wearing my do-rag. My piece just be flopping around.
Man. And then last but not
least. Let me stop before everybody think I got. Be like, oh, his hair ain't real. Nah.
You got that that boozer treatment. That Doc Rivers.
Wow.
What's that, the Beijing? So, last but not least, NXT wrestler Jordan Miles has brewed up a firestorm. His issue is he claims that the WWE is in charge. Well, they go to him about merchandise in regards to what you want to put on your shirt. And this is what he chose for the shirt.
Okay.
Now, when you see this shirt, what does that look like to you? Let me put this up here. Like, when you see that, what does that remind you of?
Whoa.
So,
oh boy.
He puts.
Oh my God.
He puts the WWE, especially, and he tagged Vince McMahon and other big names. He put them on the spot, on blast, saying that the WWE doesn't respect me and other black wrestlers. He pointed out some other guys in the wrestling business. After he saw these shirts being made, of course, you think about it, what it looks like. It should be self-explanatory. Mm-hmm. If not, read your history books. But anyway, so
that's not funny.
So the issue is that outside of this shirt, of course, in which he claims he didn't approve, but WWE is saying that anything before you put anything out, we don't just do it on our own. We asked the wrestler, because they had a statement following what he said. They said that they asked the wrestlers, do they approve of this shirt? And they said that he did. So why are you going out here on social media trying to act like the victim and say that the WWE don't respect black people? Look how they did this guy, how they did that guy. Then you want to call out another brother, Jay Lethal. I think he's with Impact or whatever, you're calling him out on some stuff. You're making this situation worse than what it should be. It'd be different if the WWE didn't get your approval and they just went on and said, "Oh, we're gonna just put this out anyway because that's how we feel." But no, that wasn't the case. He approved of the shirt, but then once they saw the negative feedback, they immediately took it down. So now it wasn't being sold anywhere. But Jordan Miles is trying to make this situation even worse by trying to add other people into this story, trying to blame this, trying to blame that. This looks like you just made a mistake in regards to you approving the shirt. And maybe someone got in your ear, "Hey man, what you doing rocking something like that? You shouldn't be having," and then you want to get in your feelings.
That's what I'm thinking is what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
So you know what that look like? What it look like? It look like.
Right. So, but now you
When
want
I saw it, I was like, oh.
Right.
Yeah, that does look bad.
So now you want to call out the WWE and everybody else. Booker T had to get on them on social media saying, "Dog."
Booker T the last one to talk about anything else in WWE.
Titus O'Neil, he said some things like, "You're doing too much." Jordan Miles, just for your actions using social media to try to make it look like you're a victim. You, DeAndre Ayton, the Missouri Tigers.
Oh Lord, the Missouri Tigers.
Oh yeah, the University of Missouri. Bottom line,
The referee, dude.
the referee, umpire Rob Drake. All y'all are the idiots of the week.
Congratulations, y'all played yourselves. Get y'all heads out y'all asses.
Everybody on the line, cause y'all some new fools.
Dumbass.
This has been a great show. Shouts out to everyone who has been tuning in, sharing
This has
the whole
been
nine.
a great show. But we out of here.
After we have one more segment, which is What If?
You got a what if?
Oh, you don't have anything?
Nope.
Okay, so my what if is, there we go, sorry.
If I had a what if.
Right. Man, what's your thoughts on that Fizz and Omarion and April Jones? Woo! Okay, never mind. All right.
That's dangerous.
So I saw this on a Facebook group called Nah. It's a very cool wrestling group, and the guy had this post, and I'm like, you know what? That would actually be a good idea. So Survivor Series is coming up very soon, and usually it's SmackDown versus Raw. You have your Raw champion versus your SmackDown champion. Everything.
On in the NXT equivalent.
Exactly. So how would you feel about them?
Y'all some predictable ass people.
What?
Everybody wants that. You don't think they've been wanting that for the past 2 years?
But do you think that they'll actually do it? I mean, how many times have you seen?
Because that's gonna mess up. Somebody gonna get hurt doing that. Because that's gonna mess up their takeover pay-per-views. They're gonna keep the takeover pay-per-views. So you expect them to wrestle takeover, and then go and do a live show?
Well, they don't do takeover for Survivor Series weekend.
I thought they did.
Now it's only for Royal Rumble weekend, SummerSlam weekend, and a WrestleMania weekend. I don't think Survivor Series is one of the big fours. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I don't recall Survivor Series being one of the big four. Or big events. But I could be wrong. Stand checking right now. But yeah, I think that will actually be pretty cool having the NXT, having like a triple threat match, with the NXT champion, whatever, Raw, SmackDown, same thing with the ladies, having tag team matches, everything. I think that'd be pretty interesting just to really see how well they will compare to Raw and SmackDown. NXT TakeOver next time is when?
Lord, this is too much work.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Since 2016, the majority of NXT TakeOver events have been scheduled on a Saturday in the same host city as the WWE pay-per-view the next night, particularly for events such as Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series.
Oh, okay.
Those are the top 4.
Okay.
All the other ones are just throwaways. Top 4.
Well, if that
Also,
if
shout
that,
out to
if that is
everybody
the
that
case,
went to Raw on Monday.
oh yeah, I know Sadal went
Shout out to the Street Profits.
along with his brother.
Street Profits lit right now, man.
You like them?
Also, shout out to Montez Ford. I didn't know he was married to Bianca Belair.
Really?
I was like, whoa.
That's what's up. EST.
Come on.
That's what's up.
It kind of sucks that they got split up, though.
That's the business, though.
Yeah.
Until she gets called up.
You think they still gonna do call-ups now?
I mean, just like
Call
that.
them up to what? We're calling you up to the other channel.
Well, no, we
either call you up to Mondays or we're calling you up to Friday.
I mean, but actually, it's prime example. You just brought them up. Street Profits. They just got drafted on Raw, 2 weeks ago.
I mean, but yeah, Street Profits were lit.
Right. That's what I'm
Plus,
saying.
with theirs, I feel like call-ups are gonna be gone. I feel like only you're gonna get called up once a year.
Or
It's not gonna be after WrestleMania, or it's not gonna be something unless they do the draft after WrestleMania.
but it's something
and
being
then
a call up.
Do the draft after WrestleMania, and then do a draft after whenever they just did this draft right now, because it's every 6 months.
But it's something being a call up because they really want NXT to be known as a brand just like SmackDown and Raw. And now they're talking about trying to have NXT shows, which is it's on Wednesday night. As a matter of fact, it's on right now, or it was. They're trying to get them to do arenas now, it's like Raw, SmackDown. So it may get to a point where you may see more of a mixture of Raw and SmackDown
All I know
going
is
to NXT shows too,
Right now,
and vice versa.
with this schedule, I think WWE got money hungry and didn't realize that they've shot themselves in the foot for WrestleMania. And I've been thinking about this. If SmackDown is supposed to be on Friday, and Friday is your day for your takeover, because takeover is always on Friday, for WrestleMania specifically, because you've got takeover, Hall of Fame, WrestleMania. You think they're gonna change the order?
Yeah, oh yeah, it has to be. And I think they already made an announcement about the Hall of Fame. Let me see.
It'll be 2020.
Yeah, they already did.
It's a Thursday.
Yep. So on Thursday nights, well, not
Ew.
nights, but
So they
on that
taking
Thursday.
yeah. Wow.
Yep. They had to.
I'm done.
Like you just said.
Yes, it's the ghetto. I hate it here.
Now, what I will say.
I hate it here. It's the ghetto. Why?
What I will
Ugly.
say. Oh, this was just announced 2 days ago.
That's ugly.
Wow. Okay, but yeah, one thing I will say in regards to this move to SmackDown, there were, of course, a lot of hype in regards to this move being made, but it's not looking good at all in regards to the views, the vibes in regards to them being on Friday Night SmackDown. They were expecting like a really big jump in regards to how they promote it, how it's being received.
No, because Fox is killing it.
They're not getting it.
Fox is killing it. Could have told y'all that, but okay.
And explain when you say killing it.
Because Fox is adding in all this Fox crap. They're adding in people from the football, adding in people from the college basketball, college football, adding in people from who else does Fox have? Soccer, all that stuff. Just adding in all those unnecessary elements that we don't need. Why is Aaron Andrews the backstage coordinator? No, dear God. Aaron Andrews actually takes her job seriously. Jesus.
But yeah, so and then word is, they took the goal away from the Blues, so it wasn't 2-1. It got rescinded back to 1-1. So now, yeah, that's crazy. But going back, word is
What
that
you mean going back? It's 9:06. We supposed to be going home.
word is that NXT wrestlers are unhappy because they were told that once they made that move to USA for a 2-hour show, that they are supposed to be getting paid more. And they recently went to management like, hey, what's going on? You told we're gonna get paid, and now they were told no, you're not gonna get paid right now, this advance. So there's speculation that a lot of NXT wrestlers is trying to go ahead and leave. So everything that that the WWE has been trying to do over the last month with the change to the new season of Raw and SmackDown coming to Friday nights on Fox and then with NXT, you're not getting a lot of good feedback and reports. So what's going on, man? Are they losing it they touch? We shall see. But we don't want to hold you. This man here, he's ready to go. I don't blame him.
Tired, boss.
He's had a day, but appreciate him for coming through. Thanks again, Stanton. For everyone watching this show, thank you to Joe. Appreciate you being on the line with us. Next week, we go unfiltered and uncensored. This is the Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your boy, Smooth.
And I'm Stanton, baby.
When it's about sports,
it becomes our business, and business just picked up. Shout out my Aunt Jennifer. It's been 1 year since we lost you. I love you forever. Also, bruh, because look, the show's over. It fucked me up this morning. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon, because that was crazy.
Yes. I was actually up like around down the blue score, but
how that makes two.
Right. So I was
downtown.
Yeah, they downtown.
Uber time.
Yeah. So I was it was like around 11 o'clock last night, and I saw a post, and I'm like, let me see this true. And I started seeing different sources start saying
it. Popping up. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. So you definitely one time, bang bang.
Man, John Witherspoon was.
Bang, bang, bang.
I don't think people understand how monumental that man is. He's been with us since the Richard Pryor show. He like the Wayans brothers, all the Fridays movies, the Boondocks, Black Jesus, Soul Plane. Mm-hmm. Despite how god awful that movie was, Soul Plane. Man, look, all I'm gonna say is right now, if they haven't started recording, out of respect, I was excited about the Boondocks, but I think they just need to scratch it because it ain't gonna be the same.
No.
So just let that go. But that's me. I'm Stan, baby. I said all my piece. We'll see y'all next week. We unedited and unfiltered and uncensored. We having a great time. Stay smooth, my friends. All that stuff. We go. I'm out of here.
Peace out, y'all.